You're the one. You really are here. You're as cuddly as a sea urchin. You're as charming as I feel. Just a silver dollar. You're a bad banana. You're making me smile. You love me. I'm a sexy crocodile. It's your silver dollar. You're the foul one. There's no back. I wanna touch you, but they're out of the house tonight. You're a monster. You're absolutely whole. You got garlic. You got garlic in your soul. All the things, I shredded them. All the angel fish, I took them down. You can ask for the fish. I don't play around. Ew. What's this mean fishy with his scales all silver and his eyes all black? You're a monster. Your heart's an empty hole. You got garlic. You got garlic in your soul. All the pins, I shredded them. All the angel fish, I took them down. You can ask for the fish. I don't play around. Ew. Who's this mean fishy with his scales all silver and his eyes all black? La la la. When you saw me before, let me come and holler. Yeah, no, I sure do. Bad silver dollar. 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 Bad silver dollar.
You know Mary and Joey.
Well, hello there. Looks like I'm all by myself this evening. Yeah, it's been a long time. This will be fun. Oh, glory. So what are we doing? We're discussing sand, I guess. Said Master Black and Stephen are talking about sand. I think the issue is not so much the sand as it is the application of a deep substrate, sand being the most effective way to create that deep substrate. If obviously, if you use gravel, you've got to be 3 times deeper to make it work. It's an interesting conversation. I just completed my 3rd video in a series on deep substrate. And in this last one, I went through the ingredients and actually created a deep substrate tank, a little 10-gallon tank, and did it step by step so that you can see and understand exactly how to do it and why to do it. So the 3 videos are really intended to be viewed kind of one after the other. The first one by Wallstead is a review of the book by Wallstead and goes through the fundamentals of why have a deep or a dirted substrate. The second explains how I have overcome two of the primary objections to the Wallstead method. And the third details precisely how to set it up. So I recommend that you watch those. If you really don't understand what this is all about, it'll give you a thorough understanding of how to go about putting together a deep substrate. Mary's here. Hi, Mary. Mary is in Maryland right now. Let's see. Kira's watching from her stationary bike. I think Steven's trying to pick a fight here with Master Black, who made the comment that sand is the best way to do about the best way to get to a balanced tank. I would assume that he's talking about doing a deep substrate as a way of achieving a balanced tank more quickly than could possibly be done using gravel, for example. So, well, welcome all. Welcome Kira, PJ Cole, Patrick, Tennessee Water, Muppets, Mary Page in the chat, Scott's, John Larson. Who else is here? Waterborne Tropicals. Welcome, Atkins Nature Aquarium. Nice to have you all here. Jesse, RJ's Place. I said Scott's. Muppet Tennessee, King of DIY. Hi, Joey. Nice to have you. Who else is here? Mary Pay, well, I think Tennessee H2O. Good to have you all here, guys. Nice to have you with us. You're going to have to bear with me this evening. I don't have any help in the chat, and I try as best I can to make these streams chat-driven so that they really are an expression of what you guys are looking for and concerned about. Joey needs to come up. Well, we can happy to do that. Here's the link. Feeding fish, but listening. Very good. There's the link. Indoor fishing inside. Hello, hello. Did the link get posted? Yes, it did. Speaking on the phrase, sand is very quicker than rocks. Hello. Joey. Goodness sakes. Let me get a little better.
All the best.
Happy to see you.
Hey, I just heard about you, and I love what you do. Here's one thing that I knew I was a fan. When I knew I was a fan, you were live the other night, and somebody asked you advice on a certain fish, and you went on to create an entire documentary within your live stream. I was like, bro, that could be a video, and it was so good.
I've done some videos. Yeah, I've done that. I've done some videos by clipping out some of those. I call it story time. Mm-hmm. When I get into a rant on something, I'll clip it out and post it as a video.
Well, definitely should, because a lot of those things I'm like, the problem with live videos, and the biggest problem with live videos, is some of the best conversations happen. So when you know you're in a really good conversation, clip it. and
Yeah.
post that by itself.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And then the other thing is, and I know this is something you can't deal with, but I'm small enough I can still keep up with the chat. And I
Yeah.
try to keep it chat driven. I'm
Yeah.
sure that's impossible for you.
No, I mean, even though the chat, the problem with me, and I'll tell you right now, what is your first name? Or I'll call you Father Fish. No, let's not
Yeah.
ruin it. I'll call you Father Fish.
Thank you.
I'll call you Pops for short. The
Appreciate
problem
it.
with, the benefit of a stream going so fast is that I can be selective. And I'll see
Okay.
it, and
Yeah,
I'll pick
yeah.
what I want. I can be picky and choosy. When your chat goes slow, it's like, okay, I have to answer everybody, even though the questions might not be that fantastic. The downside to the chat going so fast is there's going to be trolls and name callers and stuff. And I don't have it in me. I haven't matured enough to let it go every time. So sometimes I'll engage.
Yeah, I have had a few. Sometimes they catch me off guard, but sometimes I just knock them off the channel if it's vulgar or hateful or some other absolutely outrageous thing. I'll just knock it off the channel when I see it. But that's why I've got somebody up here normally looking at the chat, moderating it, keeping me posted, and that's working out pretty well.
The thing about social media, Pops, is 100 people can tell you how great you are, but it's that one person that says something negative that it's hard to shake off. And it ruins your day. And the minute you get past that and you can focus back on the positive is pretty much the same moment you'll become successful and I don't mean by numbers, I just mean you successfully had a good, healthy live stream, is if you can ignore it. Yeah.
Well, I'm 80 years old.
You're 80?
I'm 80 years old.
No shit. Pardon my French, but it deserved it. Listen, I thought you might have been early 60s and you turned gray a little younger and
That's funny.
80.
I've learned to deal with a lot of this. I've had a lot of hate directed at me throughout my life, and it doesn't affect me so much anymore. I've finally grown some thick skin.
Yeah, well, you got it. Well, that's even more fascinating. 80 years old and he's on social media. Listen, when did you get into the hobby?
Oh golly, as a child.
As a
young child. Yeah, I've got a story. My first video tells the story.
Right.
And it had to do with my father hating snakes. And I caught a snake and I put it in a little box and he opened the box and the snake leapt up after him. I was not around when that happened. I heard about it later. And he came to me and he said, look, I'll make you a deal. I was like 8 years old. He said, if you never bring another snake in the house, I'll buy you a fish tank. And that was a deal for me.
Talk about the equipment. Was the tank like a metal frame, plate glass or whatever? Talk about how you guys ran it, like for equipment. There was no heaters or.
We did have an air pump. Actually, we had a little piston air pump, and then later we got a Silent Giant little air pump.
Mm-hmm.
The light was, I think this was in like the early 1950s. So we had a stainless steel tank. It was a 20-gallon tank with a slate bottom. We had a reflector, a metal reflector that had a 25-watt light bulb in it, incandescent bulb, no heater. We had a little plastic box filter with sand and floss in it that sat down in the tank, and then this piston pump drove air into the filter. We had sand on the bottom, about 2 inches deep, and we had plants, mollies, guppies. What else? Mollies, guppies, and neons. I think were our first fish.
So have you kept fish consistently since then?
Pretty much. A lot of the time, I was in college. I had a different career. I was a missionary, a Christian missionary for about 25 years.
What got you into that?
My father.
Your father.
My father was a pastor.
Okay.
He worked with deaf people. His parents were deaf, and he went into the ministry to help them and their friends. So I followed him in that ministry. But I always had fish tanks. Always had one or two. Whenever I had a chance, I would have a fish room or a group of tanks. I finally retired in about 85 and started setting up fish rooms. So I've been doing fish seriously now for about 35 years.
That's insane. What do you think? Do you think that I'll have fish at 80 years old?
You betcha.
Do you think that I'll still be able to be a YouTuber at 80?
By then you'll figure out how to keep them.
True.
Listen, I gotta tell you, I caught you a year ago when I first got on YouTube, and I have admired you from the beginning. In fact, I had a young woman working for me 3 years ago, 3 or 4.
That was the best word. Can you snip that? That's a snippet. That's a snippet. That's literally the best roast of all time against me. Because people like try things. I'm like, it's not that funny. That was good. That was really good. All right.
So anyway, I admire what you're doing. I especially admire that you have used your hobby as a way of building a life and a family and a home. I think that's extraordinary.
Well, it was never always the case. When I first got on YouTube, that was like almost 12, 13 years ago, there was no way to monetize. There was no ads. There was no revenue for the average person. So it was never a goal of mine. And to be honest with you, it took me 3 years to get 25 subscribers.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the early years were very, very different then.
Oh, absolutely. As opposed to today. Today is monetarily driven a lot of the time for a lot of bigger YouTubers. I mean, and the amount of money they make, and I know because I've done it, is astronomically ridiculous. They make more money in 1 month than the average person makes in a year.
That's
it's
insane.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Wow. Do you think it's possible, like on the fish tube, do you think it's possible to get there anymore?
At one point, I would have told you no 5 years ago, 4 years ago. But one of the things that I know that I've had an impact on was showing people what's possible in aquariums and how big you can get and how successful. And I know a lot of people that's built their channels based off of how I make videos, and they try to replicate them, et cetera, and they get some popularity off them. I don't think it's too late. I think that YouTube might become full circle, whereas people are going to be more attracted to the original channels and people that are being original than the average person that's, doing what Joey did and acting like Joey, and the energy and the yelling at the camera, et cetera, et cetera. Because the whole pick up your camera and look at it, I started that. Well, that's not true.
Really?
Fish tanks did it. But I made it into a vlog where multiple shots and angles, et cetera, music. I brought that to the aquarium hobby. And then people ran with it and did way better. I can't compete with like 20-year-olds and whatnot. They know what's trending and what's not. All I can do is try to be engaging, but also drop knowledge. So every once in a while, I have to remind everybody that I'm where I'm at because I know what I'm doing. So I got to do a knowledge-based video, and I got to do something incredibly educational, etc. But do I think that it's too late for everybody? No, I think that we're going to come full circle where people want originality again. And they're going to want to watch somebody for a very specific reason because of the way they film or the way they talk or what they know, as opposed to what's entertaining me and what's exciting and fun right now. And I think that time is like within the next couple of years.
That's good news. That's exciting. I just started my YouTube channel 1 year ago, September last year, and Lucas gave me a shout out.
Lucas Brett?
In October of last year, and that got me to 1,000.
No way. Okay.
Absolutely. And I'm approaching 5,000 now. But it's been a slog. It's not been, jumping ahead.
Well, one thing you got to look at, Pops, is this. Have you ever been in a room with 5,000 people?
Yeah, actually I have.
It's a stadium. So a stadium of people have said to you, I want to see more.
Huh.
So my the biggest milestone I ever achieved, and it brought me to tears, was 1,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Not 100,000 and not 1 million. When I hit 1 million subscribers, I was laying in bed all alone at 3 o'clock in the morning. I went online to see what would happen and see if nobody cared.
Isn't that interesting?
But that first 1,000 was like, I could not fathom the idea that 1,000 people wanted to see more. So when you're doing yourself and you're growing slow, just remember what you do have. And the problem is like so many people look up to the big channels and they see those numbers, but they don't see, like, it doesn't matter what they have, it's what you have.
Yeah.
You have viewers that love you that probably hate me, and or like, and I mean, you have like 50 years of experience.
Right.
You just have to find a way to put that onto video that's in your own way, but don't change. I think that what you're doing right now, it might not feel like it's working for you right now, but in like a year or two, I think you'll explode. And here's the best part.
Yeah.
I'm always right. I don't talk about anything I don't know anything about. I'm always right. And I'm attracted to things that I know are going to that I know are passionate and come from a real place and come from the heart.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Because I can play the game. I'm really good at playing the game. Like, I'll make a fun video where I'm excited and happy. I got to down like 3 Red Bulls before I do it.
I've noticed that.
Oh,
you're running toward the camera.
Yeah.
Totally fired up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have an aneurysm soon.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I've tried to maintain a genuine openness and honesty, reality, and be as engaging as I can. But I do vlogs. I don't do edited videos. I've got a guy working with me now who's 23 and full of himself and understands techno inside and out. So I'm starting to get better product.
Why don't we get together on a video at some point?
That would be fabulous.
Collab on something where I'll put real effort into it. The past little while, I'll admit I haven't been working as hard or has been as passionate about my videos as I was 2 years ago. But I mean, after 12, 13 years of
I hear you.
It can become a little monotonous.
Well, I'm all about deep substrate.
Okay.
So if that's something you're open to, it's something you're not doing, I think.
I don't think I'm not doing it because here's the problem. With what comes with like a larger channel is the influence that comes with it. And if I advise people to do deep sand beds or deep substrates, there's a lot of potential issues that could happen with deep sand substrates that the average beginner hobbyist isn't going to be able to cope with. Like the anaerobic conditions are great, but once nitrogen gas starts being released or it ages by 6 months to a year.
You really need to follow some of my videos. I deal with all those issues.
They're going to do everything I do. Not everybody, but a lot of them are going to. Like I have to be worried about what fish I'm going to get next because they're going to
impact the market. Yeah, I hear you.
I got fish farms from Thailand and all over the world messaging me like, "What are you keeping next so we can get ready and prepare?"
Well, yeah. I don't begin to understand that level of concern and impact. But I must say, I strongly promote people setting up a dirted tank using Wallsted's method, and I've refined it to overcome some problems. We're at 100%. I've got probably 1,000 people doing it. I have a shop, and I promote it to all new people who come in. So I've got about 1,000 people doing it, and they're all flamingly successful.
Well, I think that could be our the video that we do. Maybe we
love to do it. Love to do it. That would be great fun.
But when you call it the Wallstead method, yet you've manipulated it to the point where you're going to make it work for you, is it still the Wallstead method?
Certainly not. No, you're absolutely correct. I just did a series of 3 videos. The first was a review of Wallstead. The second was, here are 2 of the main issues left over from Wallstead and how I deal with them. And the third is the father fish method. So yeah, my method is not hers. I do things she does not do or did not do when she wrote the book 20 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, she's developed and changed as well. But the 2 critical issues, basically the ones you talked about. The primary one she left unresolved is how do you deal with the anaerobics? And I have a solution for that. And the other was how do you make this last longer than a year? And I've got a solution for that.
Yeah, I think that all of that is fascinating and interesting. It's bringing it to the masses, and I think I can help with that.
Fabulous. I love it. Joey, I'm fired up you came. And listen, we've got a really interesting home here. We got a lot of people on here who are real winners, who have overcome incredible problems and catastrophes in their lives and really put their lives together. And you're a real inspiration, I know, to a lot of the guys who are with us and gals.
Yeah, I've always said the hobby is filled with people with tattered past. The 80% of them, 10% of them are normal people, and the other 10% are cops. You'd be surprised with how many cops had fish tanks.
Oh, I know it. We've got one. My favorite aquarium cop is usually here, and he's an undercover cop. He's got a very tough job.
Is he in California?
No, he's in New York City.
Okay. Well, I was to New York, and the NYPD came out to one of my talks 2-3 years ago. Yeah, I thought I was in trouble. I thought I was in trouble. It was the first time I gave the video I did on my past, I did a talk on that a couple of times beforehand to kind of practice it. And Brooklyn, New York was the first time I talked about it. I broke down. I was crying. I was like, okay, I can't talk about that. the video is sugar coated. I don't talk about a lot of stuff and what I've been through and what I've seen and, you know, where I'm supposed to be right now. But the NYPD showed up and they're like, you are such a positive impact. We would love for you to be able to talk to the youths and guide them, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, I've done some things with them since then, and mostly in conference calls. And I've dropped by the one of their stations a couple of times. But ultimately, the message that I was able to give to them was just be a little more compassionate with the youth, because you don't know what's going on at home.
Right.
And you live, because you're a police officer, odds are you live a normal life. And you don't know what it's like to not want to go home.
Yeah.
You know, and every time I drop my daughter off at high school, I see the random kid or a couple of kids where I'm like, he's walking so slow, he doesn't want to go home, or she doesn't want to go home. And those are the ones I want to help and let them.
Amen. Amen. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Get them a fish tank. Get them going.
Get them a fish tank.
Really.
All right. Well, you know what? I'll let you get back to your live stream. I'll watch you for a little bit longer, but I'll let you. I'll let you do your thing with everybody.
Thank you so much for coming up, Joey.
Hey, I appreciate it. Anytime you need me in here, let me know. In the near future, I'll contact you and we'll do a video together.
Sounds fabulous.
All right.
Thank you. Take care. God bless. Well, isn't that nice? Mary is probably having a heart attack. Poor Mary. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Joey. Thank you so much. That was grand. I'm sorry our Joey is not here. She would have enjoyed that. Well, wonderful. Wonderful. Let's see. I've totally lost track. We had some super chats. I wanted to get back to those and thank you. Stephen, thank you for the $5 super chat. So I can find the others. Curse, Corey Adorable, thank you for the $10 super chat. Very nice. And there was a third, I think, somewhere. Here it is. Glassbox Fox, $5 with the word explode. Isn't that grand? Well, thank you again. Thank you so much. RJ's Place. Be unique. Don't copy anyone else. Be true to yourself always. That's for everyone. Amen to that. Absolutely. Multi-tank addiction is here. Hello, hello. LRB. LRB is here. Well, amazing. Amazing. I love Lucas. My best friend. Let's see. Mercy. Well, up here all by myself, and we're hit with major YouTubers. Goodness sakes. And I figured we were going to be slow moving through this stream today. This, by the way, is the last daily nighttime stream. Beginning next week, we will be strictly Saturday and Sunday at 6 o'clock, Monday through Friday, 9 Eastern time, 9 to 10:30, Monday through Friday, beginning tomorrow. So we'll be an hour later coming on tomorrow. Lucas, you want to come up? Let me post another link here, see if he wants to come say hello. We may as well blow it out here. Skipper's Aquarium, hello, hello. What? I'm going to go back and read all this chat. There's a lot. There's a lot. I missed about everything and nobody to help me. And I don't know. I don't even know if I can save it. I guess it'll be there tonight. LRB, great people and a great hobby. Amazing hobby. Amen to that. Amen to that. Kevin Rosenberg. I'll listen to Father Fish all day. Thank you, sir. Name still Sins and Fur. Hello, hello. Foxy. Hi, Roxy. RJ's Place. We did that. Multi-tank, Foxy, Tennessee Water. Dragon Lair. Like what Joey had to say, abolished aquatics. Science Gal. Hi, Science Gal. Hello, Chubbs. Skipper's Aquarium. Here's Mary. Oh dear, we're gonna hear it now.
Wait a minute. Hold on, I've got you turned around the wrong way. I'm in a bathroom.
I see that.
Yeah, I'm trying not to show the bathroom. Sorry. There I am.
Hi there.
Hello. Well, how was
Well-
that, Father Fish?
Well, you're not a little bit excited, are you?
Nope. When I heard it was coming, that's when I kind of sent you the little message. And I just want you to know how much I love you. And I'm so proud to be part of this and everybody here. And it's just, that's exciting.
It is amazing, isn't it? Who else is? Oh, Cassie. Cassie just popped in. Hey, Cass.
That's exciting. See, I can't see anything. I'm about 10, 15 minutes behind y'all, but I just wanted to say hello. I'm in the chat. I told everybody not to get you with the questions and just let you have your moments. And it was wonderful. But we're in Maryland. I love you, Cassie. I can't see anybody. I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all in the morning. I'm in a bathroom right now. They're doing construction here, so.
All right.
Take
Okay.
care, Mary. Thank you, dear.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Be safe.
Bye, Mary.
Bye.
I was just trying to see if you needed help, Father Fish.
Oh, you bet. I'm
still here.
trying to get caught up here.
All right.
Yeah, don't let it overwhelm you. You're fine. Everybody just was excited, and you didn't miss
It is
it.
exciting, isn't it? You
Right.
bet.
And he really is. I love that. Thank you, Joey, because Father Fish has put his heart and soul in this, and this is just amazing. It really is. But I'll let y'all go. I'm gonna go back to the chat.
All right.
All right.
All right. Well, that was nice.
Wasn't it?
It was.
Let's see. RJ's Place. Xanadu's here.
I'll see if I can-
Xanadu, I should say. Multitask addiction. Talking to Foxy. What else?
We have a question. Multi-tank addiction has a question.
Okay.
Says, I was thinking about doing a deep bed dirted substrate in my 522-gallon plywood tank. Any recommendations on how thick I should make it?
Well, it's a real problem because you're going to need nearly half a ton of sand. I've got a 500 set up with 10 inches of sand in it. I did not dirt it because I had big fish in it that they were going to be stirring things up. So I didn't want to take that risk. My recommendation would be to try to get a yard of sand from an excavating company, from a company that sells sand in bulk, and see if you can get it delivered in a pile off a truck. It'll be cheaper doing it that way than trying to buy it by the bag. Get as coarse a grain of sand as they have, and unless you want to do an Amazon planted tank with a lot of small fish in it, if you're going to do big fish, don't try to do it dirted. Just do deep sand, but get it as best you can, at least 8 inches deep. It will be slower to take hold, but it will take hold. It might take 6 months to a year for it to really develop into a deep substrate balanced aquarium, but it'll work. It'll get there. You'll just have to give it longer. If you're going to do small fish, then my recommendation would be to buy, again, try to buy a yard of topsoil or garden soil and put that in the bottom of the tank and then cap it with at least 4 inches of sand. If you will do that and then never stir it up, you want to wet that dirt first, get it mud before you put the sand in. That way the sand is not going to be seeping down into it nearly as much. You want to compact the dirt as best you can. But just use potting soil or garden soil. That'll work just fine. Add 4 inches of sand and then do not stir it up. The critical thing with the deep substrate is to never disturb it. I mean, I'm really excited to go over this with Joey because he doesn't know what we know. So it's going to be really interesting going through this conversation with him about doing a deep substrate in your tank. Let's see, indoor fishing. Some of the past was ahead of their time. Mini ponds, dirted tanks, deep sand beds will be the norm, is what I'm guessing. There's no reason for it not to be. The objections have been dealt with, and they're no longer issues. It's just a matter of biting the bullet and taking the risk and trying it, and then finding out how phenomenally successful a deep substrate balanced tank really, really is. What else we got, Cass?
Well, LRB says he can't come on, but he would like to. And Mary said we need to give him a wrench.
Oh, you bet. We'll give Joey one too. I need to find him. I'm giving a timestamp for both of them. For LRB and for Joey.
6:37.
I'm way up. Let me get down to it. 6:43, 39, 38, 38, 37. Okay. Xanadu, multitask, Stephen, RJ, LRB. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've got to be in YouTube. I can't do it. I can't do it in StreamYard. I got to be in YouTube. Let me get there. Just take me a second.
All right, and I don't have a timestamp for Joey because
It's okay.
the chat stops.
Sharpies, but do you recall the most important fish nerd of all?
Here we go. Okay.
There we go.
6:37. 44. Got it. Lucas, you are now a moderator on my channel. Welcome and congrats. Can you find Joey? He may not be able to get back far enough.
No, I couldn't get back far enough.
Okay. All right, we'll do it another time. What else you got?
Multi-Tank Addiction followed up and said it's going to be an Amazon biotope, so he's going to have South American cichlids.
Wow. Amazon biotope, South American or Central American?
You're saying south.
We say Amazon would be South American. So that would be a lot of the more gentle cichlids and tetras and such stuff. So yeah, if you want to do that, I really would recommend you do 3 inches of soil. Just put soil in. Don't even try to mix. If you want, I will mix up. No, wait. There is a way you can do it. Buy a bag of ironite. Mix that in. Get 4 inches of dirt. Put it down in the tank. Just dry dirt. Mix in 1/3 of a bag of ironite. And then, what's the best thing? Diatomaceous earth. Excuse me. About 5 pounds of diatomaceous. Yeah, 5 pounds of diatomaceous earth. Mix all that together and wet it. Make a mud out of it. Excuse me. You can check my latest video. It's got a lot more contents. If you want to try some of that, you're welcome to. If you can get worm castings, put about 10 to 15 pounds of worm castings in. That'll give you a lot of mineralization and a lot of organics as well. Cap that with 3 to 4 inches of sand, and then fill it without stirring it up. And plant. When you plant, get the roots down 2 inches into the sand. Don't put them all the way down in the dirt. Give that dirt a chance to kind of roll over and smooth out and become. It needs to break down. The iron oxide will help probably more than anything else you can do to create a long-term balanced aquarium. Great project. If you want to call me, I'll give it more thought and talk through it more with you. It sounds like an absolutely phenomenal project, and I really, would like to be able to advise you on it. Give me a call. My phone is listed. You can send me an email, fatherfish@fatherfish.net, and I'll be happy to work with you on it. Multi-tank addiction. Fabulous.
I just found a video from your channel, the Fatherfish Deep Substrate Method. You want me to put that link out?
Yeah, go ahead. Sure. Is that the new one?
Yeah.
Is that the new one? Yeah. Okay.
That's
Yeah, it'll be helpful. It's not going to pertain to what he's trying to do because that's so much bigger. But it'll give him some ideas probably.
Okay. I was looking for your ingredients video, but I couldn't find it real quick.
That's in there, actually. That video has all the ingredients. Okay. Which one? Is that the third one or the second? The latest one?
Well, it doesn't say. It just says the Fatherfish Deep Substrate Method. So I'm guessing it's...
Oh, no, that's the second one. There's another one more recently than that. Came out yesterday. Okay. It says ingredients, I think. Just click here. I can do it.
Is it how to build a Fatherfish dirted aquarium from one day ago? Is that the one?
Yes.
Okay, then I have that as well.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and post that link as well.
Okay. Got it.
Oh, LRB's coming on following us at 7.
Dragon Lair says YouTube won't let you post. What's that mean?
Oh, that's right. There's a problem with posting. Apparently, it's a Google issue. Go to my channel. You'll find the links. You'll find the videos on the channel. Just click on videos. They're right at the top. There are a couple of them there. The one called How to Build a Father Fish Dirted Aquarium. How to Build a Father Fish Dirted Aquarium. Right at the top, and it'll give you all the details about putting a little one together, which can be extrapolated to do a big tank as well.
Mm-hmm. So is it just the links aren't working? Like people aren't seeing the links?
You can't post them. It's not allowing links. This has been going on for days.
I see it's not underlined, but hopefully you can copy and paste it.
Nope.
No.
You can't. It's not doing them.
You can't see them at all. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I see it on my end, but I don't know what you can see. All right. Indoor fishing inside says I just set up a dirt at 29 gallons for about 20 long fin white clouds.
Oh, nice.
Compost / topsoil capped with sand and some black gravel.
Nice. Black gravel. Sand and gravel on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice look. I like the river rock, the little tiny river rocks. That's a nice look too. I use them as dressing, really not as a substrate filter material, but they have a very nice look about them.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that in my 20 because it's getting all messy looking.
Yeah, if you're real clever, you can put your finger down alongside the glass right in front and move it across, and that gravel will fall in behind your finger, and it'll give you the look of the whole thing being solid gravel or solid river rock or whatever. It also is a way to clean that front so it doesn't look like you have a dirt line in it. Thank you, P&J. Appreciate it.
I see a comment from Chubbs, but I don't know who he's referring to. Is it multi-tank addiction who needs a wrench, Chubb? I'm guessing that's who he's
Yeah,
talking
I already did that. That was that was Lucas. Let's see.
We have a nice comment from Tennessee H2O at 6:45.
You back up.
And then I think Jonathan has a question about after that one.
So what's Jonathan? You're answering my question last night. Want to ask about the plants. Can I move the plants to a different tank? So I put them in a bleach and water solution. You don't need to do anything to them, Jonathan. Don't be paranoid about germs, particularly bacteria. The only time you're going to have a problem with bacteria is if you have a foul tank, and then bacteria will simply become the problem. But bacteria are not a problem so long as they're kept in balance and not allowed to explode by having excess food, excess nutrients, or some other foul condition. You do not need to be worried about that. Just go ahead and move the plants. They'll be absolutely fine. There will not be a problem at all.
Crazy.
Yeah, Stephen has an interesting point here. He said a lot of people who've never done deep dirted substrate think it's something completely different than what they know or can do. But once they do it, they realize how simple it is. And that's absolutely true. A 2-year-old can do a dirted tank. There's absolutely no magic to it. No difficulty to it at all. You put some dirt in the tank, you put some sand on top of it, and you fill it with water. Could not be easier. And it will guaranteed automatically create a tank you can keep fish and plants in right away. And that will become your absolute favorite tank you've ever put together. Just follow the guidelines. Follow the guidelines.
RJ's posted a link, so somehow he found a workaround. Not sure what it is though.
For who was it, RJ?
Yeah, for posting links, he was able to I see his
Oh,
link.
for posting links. Oh, cool.
I just don't see the workaround, but he did it.
Stephen, yes, I did see the fish you're working on and treating on Discord. Thank you so much for that.
It says he copied the top URL in the browser, which I did that, but I guess it wasn't working for me.
I don't know. I don't know. How are we doing here? Anything else?
Indoor fishing inside at 6:55. Trying to understand what he wrote.
That's net looking, letting the nice to watch scud, shrimp, and fish try to navigate through it. It's a net look that, neat look, letting the gravel fall along the glass. It's nice to watch scud, shrimp, and fish navigate through it. Yeah, I understand. That makes sense. Yes, absolutely. Indoor fishing. It does. It creates a little more space there so you can see some of the activity that's going on in that substrate. And there's a lot of life in it. It is alive.
Mm-hmm. Stephen has a comment. Deep substrate with sand is better. However, a tank with an inch of sand and a tank with an inch of gravel will have the same results. Different maintenance, yes. It's what's added and the method used.
Well, that's absolutely true. 1 inch of sand will not give you an anaerobic layer. It's not deep enough. So there's really no difference in effect between an inch of sand and an inch of gravel. Both of them are going to be open sewers. Both of them are going to create a foul condition in the tank. Both of them will require being cleaned thoroughly on a regular basis. So if all you're doing is put a little bit of sand in, you may as well not bother. You need 2 inches, absolute minimum, and that has to be on top of whatever else you got in there. If you got an inch or two of gravel, add 2 inches of sand to it. That'll give you an anaerobic layer. It'll give you a balanced tank. It'll work, and it may be slow, but it'll work.
Mary did a super chat. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay. Yeah, got it. Thank you, Mary.
Mary did a fist bump.
Thank you, Mary.
I know she would love to be here if she could.
I know. She is over the moon.
She said she was going to have father fish withdrawal.
I'm sure.
I'm like, I understand.
Absolutely, yeah. All right. We're down to the hour here. Tell you what. Let's see. How can I do this? Oh.
The fish box is asking what other things can you use as a cap? I guess other than sand and gravel?
You can use any kind of sand. Gravel is not fine enough. it's got to be sand. Any sand will do. You can get different colors of sand, different textures, but it needs to be fine enough that the water will not be able to rush through it. That's what kills anaerobics. Because what you're all about doing is creating an anaerobic layer. Where am I? I'm in the wrong. No wonder. I can't find what I'm looking for because I'm in. Here we go.
Larry D just posted a link. So it looks like if you do the @ symbol and then someone's name and then the link, then it's posted.
Oh, okay. There's a workaround.
Can someone find a workaround for my wrench? I've lost my wrench.
Really, I know. All right, we're gonna play my all-time favorite piece of music here. Let me get it started over again. Here we go.
You had one more question. Do you want to answer that or go?
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
C. Morrison says, I set up my 20-gallon tanks 2 years ago before I found you, Father Fish. They are heavily planted and have Eco-Complete and Fluval Stratum. Can I still cap them with sand?
Absolutely.
And he
Just
said
add 2 inches of sand. Absolutely. That'll be perfect. And 2 inches of sand, it'll give you everything. In fact, since you've already got aged substrate, it's going to make it work really well. It'll be perfect. You might want to put the sand in slowly. Put in maybe half an inch at a time. Give it a week or so. Put another half inch. Do it slowly to allow the plants to kind of catch up with what you're doing.
Yeah, hopefully he won't run out of room because he says he already has 3 to 5 inches in his 20.
Well, do 1 inch then. See how it goes.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you guys.
All right. Here we are.
Mary, try show this one out. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
A little quiet.
The good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish.
Fish.
Instrumental break.
I'm going to repost those.
Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. 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 Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish. I think that one will do. I'll play that and we'll see what I think. I'll put it probably.
The nuts. It is indeed. All right. Thank you all. Wonderful to be with you. What an amazing stream today. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Lucas, for stopping in and being part of our little chat today. I look forward to putting a video together with Joey. That'll be great fun. That'll be really interesting.
That will be. Looking forward to that.
That will be it. That will be great fun. Thank you all. Take care. See you in the morning. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That will be 1 hour later than we've been coming on for the last 6 months. So see you all in the morning. Thank you, Cass, for coming up and helping out. I very much appreciate
You're
you.
welcome. I assumed Joey was already here, so I didn't come in.
Yeah, she had to work in the barn, I think.
Okay.
She had problems. I'm going to call her up.
I
I'm
would
going to call her up and tell her what she missed.
Yeah, Mary got my attention. I was like, you know what? I'll come up. The boys were busy building fires, so
Well, thank you so much. Bye, all. Love you all.